me trying to be cute and fall up here, and you tell me.
I'm recording.
You record. Alright, so welcome back to Big Queens Interviews. I don't have a title yet, but that's what I'm gonna call it for now. I'm getting ready to interview one of my favorite boutique owners here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I've been able to follow her throughout her journey, and now she has her own spot in Triangle Town Center. Gang, gang, gang. So we're gonna go see what she has to say. Stay tuned. What size is this? Alright, so I'm here with Modesta, the owner of the Closet Boutique. I'm so honored to be here today. Like I was telling you all earlier, I first met Modesta when she really had a closet boutique in a salon.
Yes.
I would shop there every time I come get my hair done. I would shop online, and then now she's graduated to an entire boutique in Triangle Mall. But before we get here, you gotta tell us about yourself.
Oh,
okay?
sure.
So tell us. Brag on yourself a little bit.
Okay, just a little bit. Well, my name is Modesta, and I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. I moved to North Carolina in 2004 to attend Shaw University. I have a bachelor's in psychology, a master's in psychology, and a master's in business management. I'm also the district manager and vice president for Chapel Hill in Alamance County for Wells Fargo Bank. And I've been the owner of Classic Closet Boutique for 5 years. I have a 19-year-old son and 2 grandchildren, and I had my son at 16. So if anyone says that teen pregnancy will ruin your life, it's not true. I'm an example. Wow. And I'm also married to my husband, Ricardo, and we have 2 bonus daughters who live in Texas.
Wow. What an inspiration. Every time I hear her talk, I'm just like, yes, I can do it. I can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Yes.
So how did you start the Closet Boutique? How does that fit into everything that you've studied with your degrees? How did you get into the fashion industry?
Awesome, great question. So I have a sister, her name is Paris. She's on Facebook under Paris Kane. This was actually birthed through her. Okay. She called me 5 years ago and said, I want to start a boutique and I think you should fund it. And I said, oh, okay. And that's really what happened. I said, if you come up with the name, you find all the vendors for the inventory, I will give you the money to birth it. Paris is very creative and she loves to put her hands in multiple things. And so after about a year, I said, oh, I think I want to take over. And she said, no problem.
Nice.
So I've really been hands-on for about 3.5 of the 5 years. But we're still in it together.
Nice. And the one thing I do, well, one of the many things I love about shopping here is one, the experience. You know, I feel like you always have good recommendations or suggestions for me. And then the quality of products. You know, my things stay together. I can wash them.
Yes.
The feel is really nice. Like I'm big on textures and things like that. So I love that. So I know during this pandemic, a lot of businesses have been suffering.
Yes.
But you were able to open a shop.
Yes.
Tell us how that happened. How did you maintain your business throughout the whole COVID situation? How you're thriving?
Yeah, thank you. Well, COVID-19 has impacted many businesses and consumer lives as well.
Right.
One thing that I noticed is that when it first hit, my customers still wanted to shop. They were shopping for different items though. They needed items to be able to look presentable at home while they're working virtually. They also wanted more comfortable items. And so I had 2 options. I can shut business down, or I could revamp my inventory and still be able to continue to service the community. One thing that I look forward to providing to my customers is quality and affordable. We all know that the boutique industry is a billion-dollar industry. We all know that it's super competitive, but what you find is that my items, as you mentioned, are long-lasting, but they're super affordable.
Right.
So my customers are still able to shop during the pandemic because I'm not breaking the bank.
Right.
So it makes it work out.
Nice.
And then moving into Triangle Mall, I was downstairs with 15 other women of color. before the pandemic happened. And when the mall shut down, it gave me an opportunity to build a relationship with the general manager through asking questions about what's next. And when I learned that there was an opportunity to move into my own space, but also super affordable because I asked for a pandemic discount. Don't be afraid to ask for discounts. So I asked for a pandemic discount and it was offered. And Jordan and I actually were downstairs at the Mom Lounge together, and we were able to come in and sign our contract and get started.
Nice. Oh man, so speaking of what's next,
Yeah.
right? So what's next for the Closet Boutique or Modesta, or together, separate?
Yeah.
What's next for your entities?
So my hands are involved in a lot of things right now.
Okay.
You know, I am a governance chair for a domestic violence nonprofit organization in Chapel Hill. So right now I'm focused on one set of my life and still being able to service the community, be able to provide resources to women who are currently in domestic violence relationships in or exiting. There's so much to domestic violence other than physical abuse.
Right.
It's a lot of financial abuse.
Yes.
And so I spend a lot of time financially educating on ways to get smart about credit, ways to start saving. So that way you're not faced in a situation as a woman of color of having to depend on a man. You want to prevent that. The other thing that I have going is I'm the chair of the Black African American Network, and I work with the African American Cultural Festival for the city of Raleigh to put together events throughout the year so that way we can continue to give to Wake County residents. So I'm busy in that. It's not including the fact that I have 8 branches that I'm managing from for Wells Fargo. Yeah. And then I'm here as often as I can be. And so right now I'm finding balance. My husband's super supportive, so he helps keep me grounded. He makes sure I'm on time to where I need to be, and he doesn't accept any excuses. So I think that that's
keeps
also,
you on your
yeah, he keeps, yeah,
That's
he
what you need.
definitely does. As far as the Closet Boutique, we are going to add for the holidays some items for men. So stay alert. We're going to have some exclusive items for men. And then we're also going to have some exclusive items for children. So that is coming, expanding, you know, understanding where I have a passion and where I have resources to be able to really build, but also respecting the fact that the larger you grow, the more competitive it becomes. So you got to do your homework.
Gotcha. You have to stay ahead of the
You got to stay ahead of the trend.
Yes.
And that's another thing that keeps the Closet Boutique flowing since we've been open. You know, a lot of people say, I can't believe you opened a store in the mall, in Triangle Mall, because it's so slow. You know, but we still managed to sell well over 1,100 items in 60 days.
I had half of those.
Yeah, she definitely purchased most of them. But we have not missed a day of sales.
I love that.
Not one day have we ended our day with 0 sales.
Wow.
Since we've been
During
open.
the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
Wow.
So,
so impressive.
Don't listen to the haters. Follow your path, your goals. Definitely be prepared though, because there's always pros and cons in all situations.
Yes.
And so I'm a planner. I plan for the worst case and the worst case. So if you come to me and I'm faced with a obstacle, I'm going to take a step back, but I already have something planned in the back.
Gotta have a backup to the backup.
Yeah, got to.
Backup to the backup.
Backup for the backup.
So, okay, last question. What will you say to aspiring young women when you were, let's say, 20, 21, starting to feel yourself a little bit, you have a little bit of independence. What would you say to your 21-year-old self if you were getting ready to venture out onto a business?
Okay.
Right?
21-year-old self, I would say, think strategically. You know, you want to think about how can you obtain your goal long-term and for it to be reoccurring. You can put together a plan and you can accomplish that plan, but will it continue to grow? So you got to be strategic. Build on your plans before you start sharing. I think that it's important to share because you don't know the different missed opportunities and perspectives that you may have out there. But you also don't want to share too soon and you share to the wrong people, and what is your dream becomes their dream, and they may be more strategic than you, so it may not work out. So strategic, build on your plan, and definitely have a savings, because you got to be able to prepare for worst case. Business doesn't pay for itself right away. So are you prepared to have the cost of labor if needed, the cost for the brick and mortar, the cost for your inventory? Where are you going to get the money from? Is it a personal savings? Is it family and friends gifting? Or do you have credit? I advise you to have some credit and to have some money saved, because it is going to cost. It takes money to make money, and you got to be willing to put the money in, because I have wasted tons of money over the 5 years to get me to where I am now. Yeah.
That's beautiful advice. Thank you so much. Thank you for sitting and talking to me. I'm going to put the website on the bottom here so that you can go shop, and now I'm going to go shop.
Yes.
So now we're at another Black-owned business in Triangle. Cute as hell inside, so let's go look. It has all Black-owned local products inside. So this is her line here. Very lashes and skincare. And then this is my homegirl, my wifey, Tara. All of her things. Yeah, you see it. You see it. That. Real cute. These lashes. What is it? These lashes. And then this is my favorite wall over here, just because it's. That's it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Okay, so this is another Black-owned business in Triangle. It's called the Rock Lounge.
That's a good kind of ring light.
Styles, you follow www.howselectshoestyles.com.
We're gonna put that boop right there.
We're gonna pop it up right there for you. Looking good. She's also a stylist here. She just started. It's about to be Black-owned everything, okay? Everything. All right, baby, I'm out. Love you. Love you. So that is the owner and the operator of this beautiful location. Okay, she's been doing locks for an eternity. All right, and now she has her own spot. So more Black girl magic. You feel me?
Okay.
All right, that's it. Okay. Are you recording?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna edit this myself now that I know how to. And y'all tell me what you think.